board showing that you only got 3 days to do your gifting. When you got a A and B call and you want to make one payment between the two boarding calls, uh, sometimes when it takes long to get the boarding call, all the boarding call A's to board, is that not going to start creating a problem for us?
The system won't take you off. The system is not going to take you off if you don't do a gift in 3 days. What I did find,
Okay.
if the gift goes to up to 2 weeks, then the person that needs to gift can't log in anymore or can't get access to their board. Doesn't mean they're off the board. Once they do the gifting, the legend confirms, and the moment they confirm, they can log in again to their board. So the system is not going to take you off. And the legend knows that there's an A and a B boarding call. So they're not going to take you off because you know there's a B boarding call where you're going to take another position. And just tell the legend that you're going to gift both at the same time. So when the B call comes out, register and then gift both those positions.
Okay, no, thank you. Just needed clarity on that one. I wasn't too sure what's going to happen if you don't gift within the 3 days. And so then there's no problem then. Thank you.
Yeah, no, there's not going to be a problem. That is magic in that way. The system won't take you off.
Okay, no, 100%. Thanks, Stefan.
Okay. Malande, do you have any questions for us? I see Michaela is on here. Zadine, any questions? Or can I carry on explaining to you how to use your board?
No, I don't have questions. I just joined to listen to what's happening.
Oh, fun us. Okay, now I need to figure out where's share screening. Here it is. Okay, all too beautiful. Now I need to find I need to find a page quickly. There it is. Okay. Share screen, gift of legacy, share. Okay, people, I'm going to quickly log into a profile.
If
you look at this board.
Well, man, jou presies so, dit is tyd gesê, hy het tyd as jy 'n vraag. You got a question. Yeah, sorry, ek wil net teks as ek niks mute, ek sien weet ek unmute nie, sorry.
Hey, this is sub-sponsor 1. Let's use this board. The right-hand side is already split off here. This is not going to work for us. There's not enough submarines on here. Let me find another one quickly. Beautiful. Okay, let's look at this board. What's going on here? Karina 06 is a legend. She's already on silver. And there's 2 positions open here on the right-hand side. The left side already split off. That Submarine Trust 2 sitting in legend. Dallas and Marie 77 is already split off to guide. And then from Submarine Trust 2, I've sent out links for Sublineage 12, Seeds of Love 9. Seeds of Love then send a link out for Esme, and she's sitting in position 4. And Willie is a perpetual position which moves through that followed Submarine Trust 2. So that side split already. This one is now in legend. That's the 2 guides. That's the 4 boulders. Now on the right-hand side, you've got Brown, JB Brown 1S, Marine Sam, and Mia 786, and then Guide 54 and Natron 77 worked through. if you on a board like this on the right-hand side, how can you make this board work to your benefit if you do have funds available? Very easy. That's my profile. It's on a perpetual board on the second board, guide 54. What are we going to do there? How am I going to work this board?
Can you not ask one of the builders to give you a link and then you sign up on those empty gifters? If you have the money to do it.
Go ahead and do. Remember, if you're on this board yourself, I'm on this board now as guide 54. How can I make my own lineage stronger? How can I make this board work for my benefit? I send a link out from guide 54. So immediately, instead of only 2 invitees, I've got a third one then. Just go to guide 54. Guide 54 got 3 invitees already. So somewhere there's already somebody additional following here. If I send a link out from guide 54, it falls into position number 5, that one there. And then we wait because JB Brown or J Brown got 2 invitees who is on the board, Marine Sam and Mia 786. Guide 54 and Nathan 77 is following Marine Sam. I create an extra link from guide 54, and then whoever is following guide 54, Nathan 77 or Mia 786 will fill position number 6, and the board splits. That means then guide 54 moves up to builder and the new position as well with that. Then there's more submarine people coming through. I leave that position without invitees completely. I let the submarine push me up. When that position without invitees lands in legend, I send myself out another 2 links and I confirm them. So I gift myself and wait for the rest of the submarine to push that 2 profiles up as well. What I normally do in a situation like that, I will take 1 profile for myself and I allocate 1 to a charity. And I explain to them, if you don't find your 2 people fast, relax. Over time, the submarine will push the profile up and you will land up in legend, and then we get your links out. So let's look at Nathan, or let's look at Maria 78 or Mia 786.
Okay.
Yeah.
If Mia 786 sends a link out here and gives the legend Karina 06, I think that's Karina Kotze. Yeah, Karina Kotze. If you've got $100 available, get yourself a position on a perpetual board, give the legend, and wait for the submarine to push you up. If you're not sure if it's a submarine profile, and we're talking about all the vehicles, all the perpetual boards on all the vehicles, tracks, cruise, caravan, eagles, ask me if the other people can. That person just moved himself. Who's eating chocolate?
Your biscuits. I was looking at that already, thinking about the biscuits.
Oh, goodness. I'm gonna make this thing bigger again. Okay, so anybody got questions on what I explained now? Do you clearly understand what I explained, how you can operate a perpetual board to your own benefit if you do have funds available to give the legend? Okay, Melanda, you got a question?
Yes. So if I'm still on the first boards for submarine and I haven't cycled out. I'm not a legend yet. Can I have a position on the perpetual boards for the submarine?
If you want a position on a perpetual board, contact me and I'll find the right board for you to register a profile on. I'm going to quickly log
Okay.
into another profile here. Submarine Trust 2. All right. Let's say you want a position on a perpetual board. You've got $100 available. On the right-hand side here, we've got two submarine profiles, Marie 77 and Willie 4, who will pull people through. We already got Esma here, who got a link when the previous legend sent out a link to her. She sent a link out to Sublineage. Sublineage sent a link out to Joy in Ben 7879. And then on the left-hand side, you got Dallas and Sublineage, which already got their 2 in, and Seeds of Love. So on the left-hand side, Submarine Trust 2 and Dallas will pull more submarine profiles through. So this is one that we can use. If you want a position on a perpetual board and you've got $100 available for the legend, we will send you a link out, in this case, from, who's the strongest here? From Willie. He's high up on the submarine. He's already on his 3rd bronze board. We will send out a link from Willie. You register, give the legend, which is Submarine Trust, so that will be going to sponsorships or the cost of our admin, and you sitting on a perpetual board. When the next people come through from the submarine, Mari's 2 people and Willie's 2 people, and therefore you will slowly push up. And if you don't have your 2 in by the time you reach legend, you send out 2 links to yourself, or give 1 to a charity and take 1 for yourself. And the rest of the submarine will keep on flowing and pushing you up. So that is possible. If you want a position on a perpetual board, contact me and I'll find the best board for you to place you on. All clear on that? I don't know, is that clear?
Yeah.
Okay. So just make contact with me, I'll find you the right board. It may not be a board where I'm on, it can be one where Bobby is on. Bobby's doing the same as me. We work the boards, we work the perpetual boards, so that we can use those profiles to the advantage of the submarine and the other dream vehicles. Okay, everybody clear on how to use a perpetual board? Or is there any questions about? I see in the chat there's somebody asking. Alvin, do you have a question? Unmute yourself and talk. Alvin don't want to talk. Alane, you got another question?
Yes, I'm just wondering why the focus on perpetual boards today. Are the perpetual boards maybe not moving as quickly as expected, or
We're changing the system, that's why.
yeah, what the system? Sorry.
We are changing the system. We have 150 perpetual boards currently. And we have a total of 1,044 people sitting on the perpetual boards already. And a lot of them is not on silver yet. There's more than 900 of them not on silver. Now, what we're currently doing is when you finish your first board, is to create a version 2 profile for you, which goes on a perpetual board. But the managing of the second profiles or the version 2 profiles is going to get too much. We already got 154 of them. It's going to get too much. So we're going to change the submarine over to $100 soon. But in order to do that, we need the version 2s and everybody that's already on a perpetual board to be on a silver board. Otherwise, the lineage is not going to follow them. So in the next 3 to 4 weeks, I'm going to announce that we're going to stop the current system where the legend sponsors you in for $87.50. We will stop boarding calls then for a while till we get everybody that's already on a perpetual board through to a silver board. So we ourselves are going to take profiles on the perpetual boards to speed up that process. Then we've got Stokvel profiles coming on board soon, which we're also going to place first on the perpetual boards to make sure that everybody that's already there and not yet on silver goes through to silver. Once those people are on silver, we then go on with boarding calls at the bottom at $100. We've got 114 people on the sponsor list who can be sponsored in. We will then sponsor them in where the legend don't have to sponsor $87.50. The sponsorship profiles will sponsor the whole $100. We get those 114 people on. That is close to 15 boarding calls. That's 14 boarding calls. And then whoever wants to come on board comes on board with $100 gift. The rest will be sponsored in. The effect then is everybody that's currently on a perpetual board will also have to take their committed position on the Dream Tracks, Dream Cruise, Caravan, and Eagle. So those vehicles will start moving then. Now the Eagles, we're going to work on our own. There's another Stokvel that we're going to give profiles for on there. It flows to the same boards as a submarine. The Caravan is reasonably sorted, so the committed positions will be mostly on the Cruise and the Dream Tracks. But we will have to get everybody that's currently on a perpetual board through to silver in order to carry on with the submarine at the bottom, because their inviters is not yet on a silver board. There's very few of them on silver boards. That's the reason why we're working on the perpetual boards now. And while I said long ago, I mean, what, 6 weeks ago in a Zoom call, if you do have a gift available and you want some assistance to move fast, I can put you on a perpetual board. The submarine will push you through then. If you don't have your 2 invitees in by the time you reach legend, you give out 2 links, one to yourself, one to a charity, or you take both for yourself. The rest of the submarine will push them through as well. So it's not a new thing. Myself and Bobby's been working on perpetual boards on all the vehicles, on Tracks, Cruise, Caravan, Eagles, and Submarine. The sub-lineage profiles is all basically sponsorship profiles. All the sub-lineage, all the deep dive profiles, all the angel guides, all the dated profiles of Bobby is profiles we can use for sponsorships. Plus the normal ones that said sub-sponsor. So we've been working on the perpetual boards for a long time. I said 6 weeks ago, if you want a position on a perpetual board, contact me. I'll get you a link on the best one available at that stage, or the one that will flow the fastest. It doesn't always work out that it's the fastest, but out of the best 5 available boards, I'll choose one for you that will flow fast. Well, fast, I don't mean 2 days. It still takes weeks to get the board to fill up and to work it through, but it's a way to get another profile through to silver a little bit faster than normal. So it's not a new thing. Does that answer the question?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Yeah, you can send us, Wendy, you can send a link out for yourself from any position. I have a profile which is sitting on the 7th bronze perpetual board with 47 invitees. Every time I land in legend, I send myself out 2 links immediately. I take one for myself, I give one to a charity, and that profile can work on its own. When it reaches legend and there's not 2 invitees in it, we allocate 2 then from there. Remember, you can send out a link from any position on the board, and also from, even if you already got 2 in. Like I said, that one got 47 invitees. It's extremely strong lineage. It's on the 7th bronze perpetual board, because those people that I sent the second link out to started working on their boards. Even if it took me 9 months to get their 2s in and their 2s, there's one that's now seven levels deep. I think it's Delmas Animal Shelter. They got their first 2 people in, and they got their 4 in, and their 8 and their 16, and that keeps on pushing me on the perpetual as well. Okay, any other questions on that? So everybody clear, you can invite on a perpetual board. If you're not yourself on a perpetual board, and you got $100 available, contact me. I will find the best board for you and get a link to you. And the one that I showed now, Willie, I think he's got 7 invitees already, because he's on his 3rd or 4th board. So it's very easy to get movement on any perpetual board. And we'll have to do this in order to get the ones that's already sitting on perpetual through to silver, so their lineage can follow. If I change now to a $100 board on the submarine, and you take your first 4 gifts and go to silver, you are not going to follow your inviter. So we need to get your inviter on silver. That's why we're working on the perpetual boards. We've been working on the perpetual boards from the start. That is, there's nothing that limits you on that. Good. Any more questions on perpetual boards? Or is everybody clear now? Good. Any other questions? I'm going to go down and speak a few names. Ilana, do you have any more questions for me? You always ask such clever questions. Just don't make it too difficult.
No, not at the moment. Thank you very much, Stefan.
Okay. Katia, do you have any more questions? You won the first call. Katia
Not
is
at the
quiet.
moment, Stefan. Not at the moment.
Katia, I want to ask you a very funny
Still taking
question.
the trolley. Yes,
Where do you stay?
Botswana,
Now, Botswana is a big place. Which town?
Francistown.
Francistown, up in the north.
Yes.
That's good. You were on one of my first boards. Can you remember that?
I've been on all your calls.
No, I'm talking about my boards. One of the first migrated boards that I worked on, you were on there.
Yes, that's right. Yes, that's how I found you.
Yeah, that's how you found me. Okay, let's go down the list quickly. Carmen, any questions from your side on perpetual boards? You always got nice questions to ask. We just don't make it too difficult.
All good for now. Thanks, Captain.
All good. I like that. Let me see who else. Reinhard, you also asked a nice question early on. Do you have any questions on the perpetual boards?
No, Stefan, we're all okay, thank you. We just taking it and we're going to rock this boat still.
We're going to move this boat at a hell of a speed. I promise you all, I'll take you through as far as I can. My due date was 22 August 2023. I was told in this week while sitting on my rock that I'll have to stay longer. So you will be stuck with me for another 3 years after that. That
Thank
means
you,
I
Captain.
can take
Nice
more
to hear.
people through.
Nice to hear. Thank you, Captain.
Right, Celine, do you have any questions for us?
No, thanks, Stefan.
Good. What are you saying thank you for, Carmen, for me to suffer 3 more years with you?
For us to have the privilege of having you with us, Cap, that's what I'm saying thank you for.
It may not always be a privilege. I'm going to scream more. Yvonne
That's okay.
from Namibia, do you have any questions for us? You have been making my life very difficult with that one group that you have. I don't know how you managed to get us into that group, but oh, on us it's difficult.
Oh, Stefan, I really know, and I do apologize, but I think I really got rid of them now forever. But
Oh,
Stefan,
did
I
you
don't
manage
have
to
any.
stop it?
Yeah, I don't know what happened, Stefan, but I saw that I'm not on. I just removed myself, and for now I see I'm not on, and I really hope and pray that they will not put me on again, because this was really
Yeah.
very stressful for me. But Stefan, I'm really happy to hear that you will be still with us for the next 3 years. At this stage, I don't have any questions, Stefan, but I believe, if there's anything coming up, I will definitely talk to you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, don't be scared to send me messages, people. I don't always get to it immediately, but eventually I'm about 18 hours behind on messages currently. I'll get to it. I'll answer every single message, even if it's just to acknowledge it. Yeah, what happened with Yvonne, it showed that she added a lot of people into an investment group. There's nothing wrong with the investment platform. It's a very legit platform. It works well, and there's a lot of people that made some good money on there. I'm not interested. I don't have time for it. But I contacted her and said, you can't add people from the submarine group into this group. And she said, no, she's not adding anybody. And then she took herself off the group and got added to the group again. And it showed that she added more people again. But it looks like that is sorted out now. If you get added in one of those groups, some of the investment platforms is actually working. I said in a Zoom call a couple of weeks ago, we found a few others that we tested and is working. If you want an opportunity to get into more platforms, get more eggs into your basket, contact me and I will advise you which ones we tested and which is working. There's no one that's working fast, that I can promise you. Anything that tells you you're making $2 a day out of a $20 investment is a lie. They're going to run for 6 months and then collapse. But there's long-term platforms that we've been testing for quite some time and they're working. If you want to, we've got one that we're specifically targeting where we put in a few $100s with the main function of generating more funds to sponsor submarine people in. We've got 114 currently on the list. So there is those options. They're not all bad, but most of the groups you're getting added to is scams. I will clearly advise you if it's a scam. This one thing that was going around 3 months ago, the People's Project. It's still working, but they're going to collapse. It's the same people who ran Burex in Wazur. They're scammers. It's people from not even from the countries they say they are from. All right, we got about 8 minutes left. Anybody else wants to say something? Who's G Dust on here? I don't know this person. Can you unmute yourself and tell me who you are, please?
Hello, Captain.
Hello, who
I'm
are you?
Gail.
Gail.
Gail going as the G. Yeah, G Dust.
G Dust. What does the G Dust stand for? That's a very interesting name to use.
It's just abbreviation of my name and my surname. G because I'm Gail
Okay.
Gaston.
Okay. Don't you have any questions for me today? It sounds like you got a question for me.
No, no, Captain. It just shows that you're a good leader. So you've answered all our questions that we had. And we
I
just
like to put
appreciate
people
you
on
for
the
that.
spot.
Thank
You
you.
must be careful. I'm going to have 3 training calls from now on every Saturday. People complain I don't talk much, so I'm going to talk enough. So I'm going to make more voice notes. I'm going to put photos on of my rock. The new leaves started coming out, so there's a lot of little flowers around it. I'm going to take a new photo tomorrow when the sun is out so that you can see I'm still alive. Somebody even contacted Liana and asked, am I sick? Am I in hospital? What will I have to do in the hospital? Holy world. Right, we got about 5 minutes left. So if there's nothing else, I'm going to give you 2 minutes to ask questions or to say anything if you want to say anything. If you've got any training type of info that you want to share or something you want to discuss or let people know, don't be scared. If you find out something about a board that works for you, share it with the people. I know all the tricks how to operate boards, but I can't sit here for 6 hours and explain to you how to build a lineage that takes you to platinum if you work on your own. I've did that in 6.5 days with my first profile, and we adjusted that strategy for the dream vehicle so that I can take a group through. It takes much longer, but eventually everybody will go through. Anybody else who wants to say something before we close? Nobody. Right, then we finish. Next call is 7 o'clock South African time, which will be 1 o'clock Eastern Seaboard time for the United States, because they also asked for a call on a Saturday, but this is a more reasonable time. I don't know why the Americans only wake up so late. They sleep till 7 o'clock, and that's when this call is taking place, their time. They only start working at 9. Holy camoli, I won't survive like that. Okay, there's something in the chat. Let's check. Michaela. Yeah, I'm just here to serve. Remember that always. I just follow guidance. I don't always agree with what I must do, but I do it. Okay, so I'm going to say bye. Whoever wants to hop on tonight with the Americans, feel free to hop on. We did ask Nasreen for the motivational recording, which she didn't post yet. Remember, I've put out a challenge to the people. If you understand the system of writing down what you are thankful for, create yourself a jar or container, write on little pieces of paper what you're thankful for every day, put it in there. And then I ask people to post the jars next week, Thursday. Nasreen's motivational call, that woman is very good. She knows what she's talking about. Is on Thursdays at 7 o'clock South African time. Our Zoom call will be 7 o'clock on Monday, and then next Saturday we'll have training calls again. Get more people on here. I like to talk sometimes. I'm not going to always talk every Saturday. So while you have the chance and you want to listen to me babble around, let's do it. Right, have a good afternoon. Make decent food for your children if you've got children. And watch some sport. There's no sport in England because Queen Elizabeth decided to die. And now you've got a man of 73 years who's got a job the first time in his life. And he's 73 years old. Can you believe it? Prince Charles is now king. And he's got his first decent job. And he's 73 years old. Scary stuff. Have a good afternoon, people.
Thanks, Stefan. See you tonight.
See you
Thanks,
tonight.
bye.
Thanks, bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.